Who cares?
All right, so Vito, when I said I'm going to go away, hit live, and then come back, what I meant to say is, hey, welcome to Cast Strength. I'm going to go pee. Welcome to the show.
What a perfect intro.
Yeah,
let's just get into it.
Yeah. Enough said.
What's it? 56. Whatever. Let's drink stuff.
Yeah. Episode 56. We're gonna drink some stuff. We're getting into samples tonight. I have one or two samples of some of you who have seen the show may have noticed that I do have a couple sample bottles.
Just a few.
Just a few. But I'm going to try and make a dent in that tonight, or a scratch, or whatever. Who knows? If we are going after dark and I join on that, maybe we'll make a solid dent.
That could get real interesting.
It could.
Hey, Nathan. Hey, Ian. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, Nathan, Ian, what's up?
Hello to everyone else that like to stay mysterious.
The lurkers.
All right.
The lurkers are my people. I fully appreciate the lurkers.
The casuals.
Yeah, it's if you don't have to take part in the chat. We do appreciate that you are here watching us. I know there's a ton of voyeurs out there who are really dig our jive.
Whatever people are into, man. No kink shaming.
If you do have any questions, though, feel free to just kind of pop in and just ask it or whatnot. I think we like answering questions because that gives at least 2/3 of us a chance to not say very much.
Hey, Donald.
Hey, Jim. Jim.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's my turn to guess if Floydian names was Jim, but I think we've established it and we'll remember it now.
Getting pretty good with remembering some of the names finally, 56 episodes in.
Yeah.
Floydian is Earthworm's brother.
Yeah, That's right. Oh, we've got a newbie from Oz. Have we tried any Australian whiskey?
Oh, nice.
Yes, I have.
Cheating. He cheats.
Hey, Graham. Thanks.
I have not, unfortunately, yet had any Australian whiskey, but I do look forward to it.
Yeah,
I have a surprise for you when I get over there, so don't you worry, Brad.
Shocked that you would bring some Australian whiskey when you get here finally.
Tom, whereabouts are you on that big, wonderful Down Under?
Maybe Jeremy can say which ones he's had.
Yeah, Jeremy is our producer and co-host. Jeremy, who you will see popping in and out at his leisure, is also down on the east, down in Oz. So you guys can talk about commonalities and whatnot.
Yeah, I too am in the Indian call center just left of Mumbai. I mean, I'm in Australia.
Same thing.
New South Wales, Victoria border. Okay, right on. Who's lurking, Ben? Everyone's a lurker at some point, and then you got to come out of your shell and have a chat.
All right, what are you guys pouring? I just poured some Little Mill 12-year-old.
Ooh, you bastard!
Yeah, I'm gonna be that bastard today. Because the Spirit of Toronto Silent Stills thing was yesterday, and I missed the Zoom. I missed the Zoom call, so I'm just drinking all of the samples.
Yeah, I was kind of interested in checking out the Zoom call, but
damn straight we can. That's how you have a proper burger.
Oh.
We were talking about beetroots too.
Yep. That's the one. It came in a nice little box and everything.
Yeah,
it was very well set up, and then I completely missed the Zoom call because I utterly forgot about it.
Oh, Brad, a Little Mill, you a 12 also. That's awesome, Graham. So yeah, Brad's drinking a whiskey from a distillery that does not exist anymore. So that's pretty awesome. Vito, what do you got?
I'm gonna pour some Cadenhead Linkwood 11-year-old.
Nice.
You know what? I'm just gonna finish the sample. Whatever.
Yeah, I am hoping my camera will pick this up. Come on, baby. This is what I'm getting into.
Oh, nice.
And this is actually brought up to us from one Jeffrey Patron, like 2 years ago or something, or like
coming up on that. Definitely a year and a half ago. I think it was in the fall.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And this is super, super, super tasty. I love this. I haven't had any in quite some time.
Because I'm good and planning this shit right, have ended dry week now, so I'm gonna pour some Lagavulin 16.
Classic.
Excellent. Before anyone asks, those that are observing the budget challenge, gift whiskey.
So it's in the clear.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely grateful for. Also on the budget front, there will be an update soon. I promise. What I am going to do is literally write off in my accounting book, because I have actually got a little book that has everything. Literally write off 2 months worth of savings of the budget to put it not so much back on track, but just to reflect what happened in the world. Because a lot of people reassess their spending and whatnot, and as things for some people are going back to normal, I figure, well, it's a natural start, and I don't want to sort of hit it with a massive chunk of cash and go wild, because that's not really a good representation. Dude, it is 5 o'clock somewhere, except it's 10 o'clock is when you can start drinking. That's what I was always.
It's always 9 a.m. somewhere. It doesn't matter what time it is. So don't let clocks rule you. You do you.
And when all push comes to shove, I just channel my inner Brad. It's 8 o'clock.
So we've got.
Okay. Well, if this 12 is anything to go off, the 21, I bet is.
Wow, Graham. Care of. That's a good way of abbreviating Davin de Kurg. He is a incredible author of a couple Canadian whiskey books. I think recently they just. I think they recently he just published another.
What can I? How do Fidel Scotchtoe?
No, he's more Infidel Castro.
Oh, Peter, that is awesome to know that it's available at the LCBO for $280.
Could be worse.
For me, it's not quite $280. But it is very, very, very tasty. I mean, if you ended up buying it, at least it's not a poor whiskey. It is quite delicious, and while my personal opinion, maybe not quite at the 280 level, it's darn close. I'd pay $200 for it. It's very, very tasty.
So I haven't had a Highland or a Speyside whiskey in quite some time. This Linkwood is one. I forgot how sort of peppery and fresh, which is kind of weird to say, but they always tend to be for me. The like Speysides and Highlands, kind of miss it. It's this Linkwood is fantastic.
Oh, Eric Wade is drinking Wee Beastie.
Yeah, I saw that he
damn you.
He had a box. I think he got I don't know if there was 6 Wee Beasties in there, but I saw that he posted that today.
Nice. I'm hearing really good stuff about that. And while there is a lot of Ardbeg that is non-age statement, it's nice to have a young age stated one, because anybody who knows their Islay whiskeys knows that a young Islay is just fantastic.
As long as you like a good peat kick.
As long as you like a peat punch, for sure.
Because the peat is going to be harsher,
yes.
The younger it is. So.
And that's why it's called.
I assume I will like it because of that, but some people definitely won't.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be like $300 in Canada, so.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, for if we even see it. But yeah, that's a pretty.
Isn't Wee Beastie part of the core lineup now? Because it's not in a.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
anything
Like,
theater.
so is Corey Vrecken, and we can only get it here like maybe 10% of the time in Ontario.
Yeah, if that. And when we do, it's
we do it's $200 and
good old $200.
Like 80.
So I'm just thinking, Wee Beastie and Dr. Pepper.
I will definitely be trying that.
A punchy, that would be a great one because currently my two favorites to mix with Dr. Pepper when I do make one, which I haven't had in quite some time because I haven't been having too many hangouts with Brad, is Lefroy Quarter Cask and Laga 8. The Laga 8 is great with Dr. Pepper. Fantastic.
Peter, we don't talk about Fight Club here.
Yeah.
First rule about Fight Club: don't talk about it.
So, in other news, I've finally started to get some emails to the asshole email account.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I represent the development team for a new antivirus security in Windows computers.
Oh, good. Real important message.
Yeah. We want to offer you advertisement of our product on your channel.
Yep, take it. We don't even take it. Take it.
I've been
putting out a regular quote for a sponsorship.
I've been putting out your that email to all these random websites, so I'm finally glad that the payoff is finally coming.
So basically, we could earn $1,000 if we do an ad spot for their company. So I mean, haven't we just pretty much done that now?
Yeah, I say we just send them an invoice at this point.
Yeah. And payments made through Western Union because that's totally a legitimate way to do business.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what Microsoft works with.
So who's drinking in the chat, and what are they drinking?
This Benriach is 57.6%, and I would never have guessed it other than the full flavor. It is absolutely delicious.
Peter's got some Ardbeg drum committee release. Nice.
Nice.
That is tasty stuff.
I still haven't had had any drum yet, which is I'm looking forward to it. That much I can tell you.
Howdy, AJ. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yeah, YouTube. We had a bit of a scare with YouTube.
Yeah,
scare. I was freaking out. I'm like, oh, Jeremy is playing a serious joke this time and has deleted all of our content because like the channel loaded with the title and all of that. And then I went to videos and it's like, this channel has no content. I'm like, ooh, that's a burn. Like, I know they weren't the best videos out there, but like, they're really just laying it on us.
Let's put it this way. If I deleted it, would Brad be upset? See?
Whatever.
Like we'd start from fresh.
Sure.
I could do that. Totally.
It might even be an improvement to start from fresh. Really.
The good thing is I have all of the videos saved. At least for the reviews. So I can just re-upload them all. Maybe they'd get a bit more traction now.
I forget where you got that hat, Vito.
Roy gave me this in his little care package that he sent me
with the shirts?
With the shirts, yeah, that we got.
Awesome. I am
also, Brad, I forgot we have a podcast. I was reminded by someone today that we have a podcast.
Technically speaking, although I don't think it automatically updates anymore because they changed how that works. So it probably hasn't been updated in several months, but technically it exists.
There's 3 podcasts there, apparently.
Yeah, that's a thing that exists that I definitely haven't been keeping up with.
Yeah, Vito does the top 10 whiskeys to have when you have the coronavirus. Got Eric, isn't it just anything between Windex and VAT 69 is acceptable?
I feel like that should have been that. Honestly, Eric, I feel like that shouldn't come as a big surprise that video got targeted and deleted. Like it sucks 100%, but I'm truly not surprised that YouTube targeted anything with coronavirus that wasn't from like an official sort of a health or medical related thing got taken down.
Yeah.
It 100% sucks because there was humor in it. But
I think part of it was literally YouTube's algorithms push popular terms up. creator of the popular term, you can't then let the bots go wild with that sort of stuff. So you have to go through and, I mean, in terms of YouTube's policy of as few staff as possible and as many robots as you can get,
it happens.
Yep.
Okay, this is what I'm going to go for.
Did it, Graham? Did it?
This is my first Glenturret. It is an 8-year single cask from a bourbon hogshead. There was 330 bottles produced. It is at 58.3%.
Nice. So just on that topic that I highlighted just before, right? If you just use less generic terms, so like Dettol IVs, which is, you know, basically a Lysol equivalent, and hydrogen peroxide enemas, they would be fine, right?
Yeah, probably.
Like 6% hydrogen peroxide enema that has that extra oxy action just to really clean it out.
Clean it right up.
You just be doing dog turds that have been in the sun for a week, just pure white, straight up.
Oh my. Wow. This sample was given to me by the fantastic Dave K.
Hey.
Mr. David Kramer.
We're gonna. Which one? Sorry, which one are you drinking there?
Glenturret 8.
The
nose on it is like a funky honey. Where the F is Glenturret? Someone in the chat, please tell me, because I know everyone knows but myself. I have no idea where Glenturret is.
Isn't that near Aberdeenshire?
I mean,
I
we could Google it, but it's too much work.
Yeah,
the keyboard's all the way over there.
Somebody in the chat, Eric, wait. Somebody knows where Glenturret is. I want to say, like right off the bat, almost. I want to say Speyside because of this kind of like honey light sweetness, but it's got a serious funk to it, like a gym shoe. If you had honey in a gym shoe, so specifically a high school. It is in Scotland, Eric. Thank you. North of Glasgow.
Technically accurate.
It's in Perthshire. Don't you know that? It's in Perthshire.
North of Glasgow and Stirling. Is it near Aberdeen? Is it near Aberdeen? Is it even close to Aberdeen?
No.
Fuck. I thought, you know what? I took a shot in the dark. It happens sometimes where I might, land, but I fell on my face.
So it is Perthshire.
Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning.
It's next to Inverness and Aberdeen.
Okay, so that was close.
Aberdeenshire, not Aberdeen.
But that's what I said. I said Aberdeenshire to begin with. Remember?
No,
I did.
No. When we go back and watch the video, I'll edit it out so that you're wrong.
Asshole.
I can't get over this high school gym shoe funk. It is
so
almost.
Is that good or bad though?
It's not bad. It's like a good funk. It's not quite a Campbelltown funk, but it's funk.
Dan, remember the first time that you had Ardbeg?
Yeah, it was 20 something. I remember it. I have pictures of it. Yes.
Do you remember that really odd note that me and Brad told you about, and it blew your mind that it was in a whiskey?
Yeah, bubblegum.
I'm getting that in this sample that I poured. I'm getting a weird light, dusty bubble gum out of the Cadenhead's Auchentoshan 17.
Oh, you know what? That'd be interesting. Independent bottled Auchentoshan sounds really, really interesting.
I have no issue. I think Auchentoshan is one of the more underrated distilleries.
I think it's underappreciated.
I think it's just an honest product, and because it's an honest product, it gets overlooked.
Yeah,
not underappreciated, just often overlooked.
Oh yeah, my apologies. I phrased it wrong. But yeah, that's better.
No, I'll give you that because people that do know of it and drink it do appreciate it. So yeah, overlooked. I will say that because even by myself, Guilty of walking past a 3-wood many times.
I love that. 3-wood's one of my favorites.
It is fantastic. It is great, and it's good value too. It's not super. Yes, Nathan.
Is it normally overlooked by the Highlands?
Oh, son of a bitch! Son of a bitch.
I agree, Nathan. And again, guilty myself. Not so much a conscious thing. It's just we automatically go towards, your Highlands and your Space sides. Obviously, Islay. Obviously, your island whiskeys are they certainly are the tip of the top when it comes to what everybody usually goes for. Yeah.
As a general rule, if it burns going out, you've got issues.
The correct saying is actually red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning, isn't.
Yeah, so I'm really impressed by this Auchentoshan. Like, more so. I was expecting something just kind of like a richer 12-year.
This is punchy and really funky. This is really unique. I would, if I'm being honest, now that I've had it on the palate, I would guess this as a Campbelltown 100%. I would absolutely have guessed this at Campbelltown.
Hello, buddy.
Well,
It's got
views.
It's got that funk, and it's got that punchiness. Very spiky.
What have you been getting into, dog? Jesus Christ.
Poisonous snakes and whatnot.
Hey, Richard's in the chat, and I want to correct, let everyone know that the producer's name is Jeremy.
It is, but
that's just the name that I have on the on my account.
Right. That's the name he's given us. I don't know if that's his
Brad's
name.
name is really Brad.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Has anybody had a Glenturret before? And
no.
If so, please,
or maybe I have.
Your experience.
Don't think so.
I can't be trusted when answering that kind of question because I don't remember half the things I drink.
Well, yeah, and there's nights when we go, and there's friggin' 45 whiskeys on a table. Sometimes it is tricky to remember. Certainly if it's not something that really hits you hard and makes you remember it forever. He's drinking it on ice now. The fruit character really holds up well. Awesome. Yeah, a young Islay should be able to stand up to some ice. That's for sure.
You're clearly having a bit of a lark there, right, Tom? Boom, boom.
In Western Australia.
I've not had any of the heirloom corn or spelt yet. So this year I've restricted what I'm drinking in terms of sticking to an incredibly strict budget. So anything that's sort of in the last couple of months I've just not had a chance to get a hold of. But I'm keen. I do need to go out to Western Australia for some other things anyway, so I'm kind of hoping to hit up some things around June, July next year. But we'll see. There's some interesting stuff. Also, there is, I think that we're going to try and do some millet stuff coming out of a South Australian distillery whose name escapes me.
Ooh,
but
yeah.
I am definitely no expert when it comes to Australian whiskey. I just know some.
The best expert we have on this panel.
Well,
the only expert we have on this panel.
What, dog? What?
So Graham's got Graham, have you had any of those? I'm assuming you obviously have, but I don't know. I know you have a ton of stuff and not a boatload of time to get into them. But if have you gotten any of that funk in any of those, Graham? Because this is my first Glenturret, but I'm really interested, and it's from a bourbon hogshead too, so. Kind of odd to get that funk. This new make spirit must really have a strong funk to it, but it is quite nice, very special. It's unique.
And I want to kind of comment really quickly on Donald and Ben were talking about the 12-year versus the Auchentoshan 3-wood, and the 3-wood being a bit older with the bourbon Oloroso MPX influence. I posted an amazing sounding cocktail in a separate kind of group, and I'm gonna see if I can screenshot it really quickly and put it up on the screen, because if you have a bottle of the 3-wood,
good boy,
I highly recommend looking into this.
So how you do it? It's a simple cocktail. What you do is you get a little bit of ice, and you throw that in the sink, and then you pour the 3-wood in, and you follow it with Dr. Pepper. You sit back and enjoy. Done.
One day, something I say will be taken seriously.
Not today.
This bourbon cask and is malty and dusty a bit. I'd have to a year or two. Yeah, yeah. If you can, Graham, sometime and let me know, because I can't get over this funk. This is like George Clinton level funk.
Nice.
You mean these bad boys, Florian? They are the greatest gift ever given from the internet. Yeah, drinks by the dram. If you're in a position to order from Master of Malt drinks by the dram, they are a very handy way to get a lot of experience from not a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm pretty annoyed that we can't order from them, but at the same time, I would be spending a lot of money on individual little samples of things. So
you should have been saving a bit of money the last couple of months, because I haven't been enabling you anywhere near as much.
I have saved quite a lot in my whiskey travel budget over the last couple of months for obvious reasons.
I mean, the last 2 weeks have been, there's been a couple of spendings happening.
Oh, in about, was it 36 hours? There's a dream cask.
Don't be talking about that.
Don't.
Okay, so the plan is to reconvene tomorrow night and get Brad drunk.
To buy.
What do you mean reconvene?
You don't want to do that tomorrow night, then I'll sleep through the sale the next morning.
What you need to do is say, "Hey, Brad, have you made a workflowy note yet?"
Yes, I have notes. I have notes and alarms set. Don't you worry. I'll try. There's no guarantee I'll actually get a bottle, because it'll sell out in 5 minutes, I'm sure, like it did the last time. But yeah, I am going to try to get it.
Yes, that's correct. A lot of distilleries are starting to pivot a little bit. If you can get a hold of it, it's always really, really strictly limited. McHenry, they do a fantastic gin, but they do a a whiskey release in a Scotch style every year. It's normally anywhere between 200 and 500 bottles, depending on how much angel shares happen in that particular barrel. And they're generally 500 mils, and they're not cheap, but they are worth it, because their actual raw distillate that goes into the barrel is top notch, absolutely top notch.
Ben, there are several scotches that go well with Dr. Pepper. In my opinion, they are all peated. I'm not a big cola or any kind of soda pop and whiskey guy until Brad introduced me to the smoky Dr. Pepper, which is, of course, any peated, preferably a strong Isla peat. Is fantastic with Dr. Pepper. And while you say A&W root beer are your favorites, if you're going to mix a peated whiskey, I would try Barks, because it's just, you can't have too much sweet. You need that kind of bite that Dr. Pepper has and like a Barks has. And A&W root beer, just in my opinion, it might be spectacular. It's just a little sweet and creamy for this particular cocktail, but give it a try because it might be fantastic. That's just an opinion I'm throwing out there, but yeah, any super peaty. I love Quarter Cask and Dr. Pepper, and as I said earlier, Lagavulin 8-year is very, very good in a Dr. Pepper. And you can ask like any of these guys, anybody that knows me, I'm not a cocktail guy. I'm not against them by any means. I'll have a cocktail, but just not usually my first choice. But you cannot go wrong with a smoky Dr. Pepper. You can't. They're very easy to drink. They're delicious, and they can get you into trouble.
Yeah, almost too easy sometimes. Oh, yeah. Ugadala Dr. Pepper. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
And
sort of dangerous, but definitely tasty.
As Brad always says, and many people in many industries, good in, good out, quality in, quality out. So it's not, doesn't mean that you can't use a lower quality or whatever. It's you know, taste is subjective, but like I've had Flaming Heart, Compass Box Flaming Heart with Dr. Pepper.
So good.
And yeah, I've also used Octomore 10 year just to kind of rub it into someone who was making a big deal about mixing.
Brad, how nice was the Pappy and Dr. Pepper?
The Pappy 23 and Dr. Pepper was actually amazing.
I was waiting for the
really good.
Brought up.
It was really damn good. I think that's like one of the only non-peated whiskeys that I've mixed with Dr. Pepper and really, really enjoyed, actually.
Yeah, it is. That is actually a very... I'm someone who enjoys Dr. Pepper and as a general rule doesn't like licorice. And the amount of people that will say it's got a heavy licorice note, I don't get that. Some people who say it has that heavy cherry cough syrup note, I don't get that.
I'm pretty sure it's just the cream soda and root beer, it's the right mix of cream soda and root beer.
It's
I don't know what the hell it is, but it's tasty.
It's a very subjective tasting soft drink.
And Graham, that sounds super interesting.
That shit.
Nice.
This so I poured myself a new sample. It's another Cadenheads because it's a Cadenheads kind of night. Royal Lochnagar 19 year, 56.3%.
Ooh, are these from the bottle splits via
Adam? Yeah.
Adam?
Yeah.
I noticed that the two previous ones you had also had that blue wax.
Yeah.
Those are from the same gentleman that I have my Cadenheads Kalila.
Yeah, so the Linkwood didn't have any wax, but that was given to me by Adam. And then the Auchentoshan and the Royal Lochnagar had the wax on them, and that was from the same guy because they have the 10 and 11. They got the numbers on the labels.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for my Cadenhead stuff. Minus the Kalila, which I'm saving for when Jason Unsworth is in the chat eventually.
Same here. I'm going to put a coin on top of that Glen Turret and let it spend a little bit of time. In fact, I'm going to put a couple drops of water in there. Vito, what do you think about that?
Yeah, go for it. You do you, bro.
Moving on.
I'm just going to quickly comment on the Auchentoshan, on the Royal Lochnagar. It tastes exactly the way an old leather couch looks.
Okay.
Dry.
I mean, are we talking like a pleated leather or dimpled? Are we talking, like
talking about a leather couch from like the 50s that have just been like smoked into? Like it's like.
So you're talking genuine gentleman's club style leather couch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm already on. I'm on my third pour, and it's we're only halfway through the stream. This is a record.
It's gonna be a good night.
It's
after dark, lit.
We're a very bad influence for Dan's drinking habits.
Good.
That's excellent.
And what I am about to pour.
This is how we get his tolerance up.
My tolerance isn't that bad.
It's questionable.
When have you seen me not like not in full control?
This is the reason, because your pores are so tiny you never get to that. So by having more,
have you noticed that A, he's using the big boy Glencairns now, and B, those are normal pores that he's been pouring.
I know we're increasing his tolerance now.
So Brad, when do you next need to be a responsible adult?
Not tomorrow morning. So
perfect.
Done. After dark might get a bit weird, guys.
It might.
Nice.
I just moved on to some Port Ellen 10 years.
Graham, I just popped up Graham's comment there.
Oh yeah, so I love the leather couch notes, but the been shagged on many times is an excellent addition to the leather
Sure.
couch.
Little extra funk on it, you know.
Yeah, so I'm getting into this Invergordon. It is a 22-year single grain from Hart Brothers, and it's 52.8%. And this was given to me by Mr. Graham Young. And this is the first of the many samples that he sent that I am going to have a wee taste, and I'm going to make sure that I have enough to send to Bradley and Vito.
Thanks. Love you too, Dan.
I was honestly,
it'll take 8 years to get to you.
We'll test it out. I'll send you some olive oil, and we'll test it out.
Yeah,
let's do it.
So Ben, yes, Ugadal. It's my favorite Ardbeg at the moment, and has been for some time. I'm going to right up say, like, I think when you find your favorite Scotch or favorite whiskey, full stop, drinking it neat is almost sacrilegious because you lose out on the potential.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. Actually, experiment a little bit with it.
Absolutely.
Water, ice, mixing, cocktails.
Yeah, it's always worth playing around and just trying things. Sometimes you'll like it, sometimes you won't. Sometimes it'll be fucking amazing. Sometimes it won't really change much. But you got to experiment. Or
wow. Always said that up until the 32. Well, I'm gonna exclude the 32-year Redbreast, but Redbreast 12 cask strength was always my favorite Irish whiskey. And it wasn't until I actually stopped and experimented with it with ice, water, a little bit of ginger ale that Jeremy went away.
Yeah, his connection dropped out or something.
Yeah, that I really discovered that I actually preferred it even more so with a touch of water in it to bring down the proof. Now, bringing down Ugadal from 54, I think it's bottled at 54, 55 or so. Who knows what that does? I've actually never experimented that much with Ugadal, even though it's one of my favorites. But if you have one that you really, really like Jeremy said, 100%, give it a bit of a chance. Experiment a little bit with it because you never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with higher proof things. Always trying with a couple of drops of water or ice or whatever, and it's probably not going to destroy it. You might find something super interesting. With something that's at 40%, it's a little trickier because it tends to be easier to get watered down. But even then, I mean, sometimes that's just you end up really liking it at 30% ABV or whatever if you add an ice cube.
Dan, how's that?
This is the best single grain I've ever had.
Actually?
Yeah, literally the best single grain I've ever had.
Nice.
That I know is a single grain because I know some blends.
Right. Yeah.
That I've had.
Right.
But this is remarkably tasty on the nose. It is very honey nut Cheerios with raisins.
Gotcha.
Do you remember did you guys have the Spica, the 29-year-old North Star Spica?
I had it at your place. Yeah, I think we had it together.
Yeah, it's very raisiny. It's quite similar to the Glengoyne 21.
Oh, with all the baking spices and everything.
Baking spice, but this is just that kind of that raisiny. But there's a cerealness to it, and that's why I just right off the bat, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Brandon, you got to come back in an hour and a half for if you want to see it with no shirts on.
And even then, there's no promises, but it tends to happen.
If Ed is the catalyst for the shirts coming off.
Sure. Don't blame. You have to go. Don't blame Ed.
You have to go to the Rock Gut review stream after ours and pester him,
and then join us for After Dark, where usually shirts are removed,
or at least half removed, or not removed at all.
Yeah, you have to just come.
You have to show up to find out. It's Eric,
just order a pizza then. You're somebody, or
well, I know what's coming. If Jeremy's at the controls and he's on the phone.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
all.
dude. My hard white Ethernet hard died. Yeah.
That's your phone? That's an amazing camera. That is an amazing.
No, it's fucked. Look at all this shit and high def crap going on.
It's too high definition.
Yeah. Fucking
worst.
annoying. And not only that,
yeah, Graham.
Dan, it's the face fronting camera.
Is it?
It's not the rear. Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing. That is amazing. Wow. Graham, thank you very much for sending this. It is fantastic.
For just a moment, I thought he might have sent a freaking super chat because you were thanking him.
No, sending in that he sent me that sample. He sent me a bunch. So he's read that the Invergordon is corn spirit. He found it resinous and very floral, dry fruits, mid palate, and a long drying finish. Yes, that dry fruit. I'm getting a raisin in that dry fruit. And the long drying finish is absolutely fantastic. This is an incredible whiskey. This is very, very tasty. And if I believe, Graham, I'm not sure if you mentioned it in the letter or if you mentioned it when we were chatting, but I think you mentioned that this was the grain whiskey that made you really appreciate what a grain whiskey can be. And I would, while I already did appreciate grain whiskeys, this is the best that I've had and is absolutely fantastic.
Nice.
Brad.
Yes.
Hey, Scott. I don't know if you're leaving or not, but you have a great night too. If you are taking off, and if you're just joining us, welcome.
A while back, and I'm talking about like way back. Did you have a Talisker 25?
I did. Yes.
Okay, so that's what's in this sample bottle because it just says island, and I remember you were being a little bit sketchy one time you brought samples over and you just like kind of labeled them random.
Yeah, Brad
like
samples say like they're so cryptic. It'll just just blank.
He knows what the blind samples.
Yeah,
that's either Talisker 25 or 57 North. I don't remember.
Oh shit!
You'll have to guess.
You'll be able to tell because the 57 North is a lot punchier. But I don't remember.
Because
either way, they're delicious.
That's my next pour is whatever this Talisker happens to be.
Donald, we will definitely meet up once this is all over, buddy. For sure.
We'll have to do like a Canadian meetup or something.
Yeah, we have a pretty gnarly group of semi-local people with a few outliers. Brad. Before all of this went down, we met like probably on average every 2.5 months, every 2 months.
Speak for yourself.
Dwyer's like, who are you kidding? It's monthly.
No, that's that different club that he goes to, Dwyer. What?
Hey, Graham. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Graham.
Hope you got some good work done on White Dog Bus today. I'm glad
he was building a table of sorts today for like a corner of the bus. So
yeah,
truth be told, Graham, you should start up some sort of social media account strictly for White Dog Bus and the progress you're doing on everything because it's pretty neat.
Yeah, this is definitely the 25 year because it's not punchy at all. It's very well put together and kind of.
So it's got to be the 25 then.
Yeah, it's very pocketed. It's very nice. I'm glad that I kept a lot of these samples like kind of like near at the top, so like I could go back. But I still have a sample of the Ardbeg 20-something 23-year-old.
Nice.
I haven't cracked it yet.
I don't even have any of that left. I didn't bother pouring myself any samples or anything.
Well, next time when all this is over, we'll share it between.
That would be like a good like anniversary episode because the day that we all met, we all had some.
Oh, when was that? That was, I think Adam might know.
Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. I can't wait till you guys get to try this.
Eric, none of that.
Isn't bland.
Behave yourself.
Whatever Eric said, two times of those. I can't see the chat.
My goodness gracious, that is, and a nice, very nice. And you know what? There we go, Graham. Those rumors that you heard about it being a corn spirit, I would have to agree with, because now I'm getting a dusty corn note.
Ooh,
Nice.
Oh wow, that's tasty. Found a
Okay.
Glen Adam
That's-
14.
that sounds like a happy accident, Peter.
It sounds like he didn't like it. Now I know why I forgot about it.
Time to mix it with some Dr. Pepper. Do some science.
You know what? Yes, do that, Peter. Mix it.
Or mix it with something else. Just, science it up a little bit.
Try to make it something you like.
Yeah.
Jim saying that After Dark's going to be rowdy tonight. There's a
Could be.
good chance that it might or might not be. The only way to find out is obviously tune in.
Solid point. Education. Now I had a tiny pour of that Invergordon, so don't get proud of me yet.
I'm still proud of you. You're on like what's pour 5?
Nice.
I mean, you 6 more and you've caught up with how many coffees I've had today.
Oh my god, you guys want to see? Holy shit. Look in the chat.
Lance.
We have a Lance.
It's
That is
a
awesome.
Lance.
What's up, buddy?
Oh,
That
he's
is
always there. He never comments.
Right.
He's
He's
a-
one of the lurkers.
He's a lurker. He's a dirty lurker.
Even in real life, he lurks. Quite
He
well.
lurks while you can see him, and he still manages to lurk about.
Yeah.
It makes no sense, but it happens.
There's probably there might be some people in the chat that have no idea how lucky they are to be in the same chat as this man.
I can hear him laughing right now.
It's true.
Hey, there's an entire Facebook page
Oh,
dedicated to
oh.
making him laugh.
Is it making him laugh or is it?
No, it's pissing him off, but-
Immersion.
Tell you what,
Immersion
that
therapy.
might be the only thing on Facebook that I miss. Is that particular group?
It is the best source of
Dude,
that type of
do
humor.
we need to do a signal one as well where we can just post everything to Brad? Like,
I'm just going to start texting him directly instead of using the Facebook group and see how long it takes for him to block my number.
Oh yeah, sure, Ed. Sure, I see how it is.
Yeah, just right at the end, you just happen to
Oh,
show up.
Happen to come
Just-
in so I can promote my channel.
Just
that's
pimping his
following
own
after
show, just totally
Look,
selfish, come at
let's-
the last second and be like, hey, everyone should go visit my channel. 'cause I'm
why
on
would
YouTube."
anyone go?
Which is
visit
exactly what
Rot Gut-
people should do
Yeah.
because it'll be a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
why would anyone go visit the Rot Gut review on YouTube? Use the bar at the top. If the link happens to accidentally pop in there because Brad is just doing a public service announcement. avoid this. That's fine, right?
Hey Trev, you're
Hey,
a fellow goon. Okay, so I finished that Talisker 25. I'm gonna finish. Actually, maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna go to Talisker 50. No, you know what? I don't know what I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna go. We were talking about Ardbeg earlier, and Lance is in the chat. Ardbeg Renaissance. That is the next pour for me.
That's good. That's tasty.
Just a wee little pour of this because it's like gold.
I'm pondering a few Campbelltowns. What should I do, folks? Kill
Campbelltown?
That one. To the left a little bit. To the left a little bit. Yeah, that one. That one.
You want the long row Chardonnay. That's what you want.
Don't listen to Vito.
That's
Yes, you
technically
good
not
boy.
a sample, though, Vito.
Oh, fair. Okay.
You go get him, dog. You rip their face off, puppy.
Yeah, get 'em.
You're a very vicious dog.
Sure.
Good dog. Come here.
I'm thinking of the two. I got the two Kilkerrans, batch
Come here.
1 and batch 2. Oh,
Good
sorry,
boy.
batch 2.
Kilkerran batch
Nick.
2.
Mix them and make Kilkerran batch 1.5.
Oh, nice.
Guess what? It's a high def floof.
High
I
def.
love high def floof. Hey, you. How come you look younger in high def and I look older? What the fuck's going on there, dog?
Oh, you know what I do have?
Syphilis, herpes, gonorrhea. Did you get them? Did you get the scary whatever it was?
Look at
Dog?
that. Long row red. The new one.
Covered in soap. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going after it.
So we got Dave in the chat, Jason and Greg.
Oh, Dave, I saw you say take the K8. Oh, I was already so excited about this, but if Dave's like Ed, he requests and I follow. So
Yeah, so he's doing Kilkerran 8. I poured myself some Ardbeg Renaissance. Brad, what do you got going on?
I mixed the dregs of all the Silent Still samples together.
oh my god.
Into the muted still.
Is that literally all of them gone, done?
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
just tiny little samples.
Brad,
They're
you
not-
are a fucking legend, buddy.
They're tiny samples. It's not.
Still, you have what is it, 4? Is it 4 of them?
It's 4 of them, yeah.
He's got 4, a mix of
So-
4
so Little Mill
distilleries that
12-year-old,
don't exist anymore, including
Glenoogie 1980, Port Ellen 10, and a Glen Flagger,
He's up in there, dog.
Uscabetha Hidden Gem 26-year-old Glen Flagger.
So Lance was asking me if I get much on the nose. I'm getting more cereal notes, front heavy, mixed in with, that typical Ardbeg sort of damp, wet, ashy campfire. A weird array of like rich fruits, but like they're so subtle, but they're kind of there to round out everything. Oddly enough, right now. Again, this is pour number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pour 5. So I could be fairly influenced by what I've had prior, but it's still damn.
You know how you fix that, Vito? Have 16 more of that.
Of the Ardbeg Renaissance.
Yep, have 16 more drams of that, right? And then you're only going to be influenced by the Renaissance.
and the Renaissance was the 10-year, right?
It's
The-
Like
the prototype of the new 10-year,
Yeah.
basically, when they finally had enough 10-year-ish old whiskey.
oh my god.
Yeah.
So I'm having the Kilkerran 8 sherry. This is the batch 3, 57.1%. This one was also from Dave K. Basically, every single sample that I pulled out, except for the one from Graham, was from Dave. Dave just hit me with a gnarly Campbelltown funk in the form of 2 Kilkerran heavily peated batches and Springbank 12 cask strength and the Long Row red.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that, Jeremy. That's awesome. Oh, a Clown Loach.
Lance said it's the first 10 after reopen.
Yeah.
Lance said that the Renaissance is more muted than you would expect. Yeah, I'd agree, but it's still.
What the hell does Lance know about Ardbeg anyways?
Doesn't know him very much. He doesn't drink anymore, apparently. Ben's having pork for supper. Ardbeg 10 or Kilkerran heavily peated batch 2. I'm gonna say Ardbeg 10.
Okay, this isn't a surprise, but this mix is really damn good.
Yeah, Graham had a good point earlier. That is a very unique blend that is obviously guaranteed never been done before.
I don't know. They sent out a whole bunch of those samples. Someone was probably weird enough to mix them together.
I don't know. Oh, we just missed. Welcome back to the Aquarium channel.
Aquarium strength.
See a Clown Loach, maybe a Zebra Danio in
On
there.
an accent.
Yes,
You
there
want
are
an
those
accent?
things. I super needed to pee, so I figured the fish were better looking than my toilet.
Did I see a Zebra Danio in there?
Yep, and there's a couple of Endler guppy hybrids, some white tip neons, some cloudfish. There's a few things in there. There's some shrimp still kicking around in here, believe it or not.
Nice.
Yeah. There's a little bit. I could probably, give you a slightly better view, but
Professional as always.
Yeah, like it's a decent sized.
God, I miss my tanks. I used to have quite a lot of fish. I was the manager of a very large fish and reptile room in the second highest grossing pet store in the country. And that was it's very addictive fish. I haven't gotten a tank because of that reason. Once you get a tank, you're like, oh, I'm figure like I'll just grab a 30 gallon or like a 40 gallon and I'll be fine. And then you need more and more and more. And
so that's my downside.
They are delicious.
That's my downsized tank. I used to have a 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot. So just a little tank.
Can't open the sample.
That's a little
is it from me?
No, this is the Lechague. That's always hard for me to open for whatever reason, and it's not like a childproof.
It's a Dave. I'm renowned for closing my lids too tight, so tight that people cannot reopen them.
Success. No, you know what it is with this one? I would always tighten this up a little bit too much because I didn't want anything to.
What it is, he tightens with his left hand and then he loosens with his right. His left is a little bit stronger, and that's why he has difficulty.
Yeah,
was it the hot sauce, Dan, that got passed around to like 7 or 8 different people that one day just tried to open it because no one could open the damn bottle?
That's Dan's. There was enough stuff.
There was also a sample that both James and even Dave couldn't open that I had to open. What do you got there?
It's not going to focus.
Oh, is that from the first tasting?
Yeah, this is a Lechague 18 sherry finish, at 46.3%. Nice. This is from the first tasting that Dave K hosted. And I've been nursing this sample, like obviously you wouldn't believe, like a year and a half later, because it's so damn good. You have it too?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. I go to this every like 5-6 months just for like a little reminder how it's like the richest like fruit cake that you could possibly think of.
It's super tasty,
malty and rich and fruity and bright, but there's still that dark age with it. It's so good.
It's unreal. Dave's tastings are truly one of the social highlights of the year.
Absolutely.
So I'd probably really quickly say, because we have like a couple minutes before Ed goes on, and we always try to end our stream immediately when Ed starts.
Do we?
Well, we try to. We try to be respectful of Ed. So make sure that we all head over to the Rock Gut Review and pester Ed and thank Erica. I think she's on tonight. And show her some love, and then come back here at 10 o'clock for the After Dark stream, where things may or may not get crazy.
Apparently, they're talking about smooth whiskeys over at the Rock Gut Review tonight, so I'm sure there won't be any double entendres or anything going on over there. But that's true.
Yeah, Ed knows what's up. Basically, we're all there for Erica, Erica's personality and Ed's body.
Sure. Most sensitive nipples in the business.
But Erica has such a pretty face. She also has a very pretty pissed off face.
She does.
Yeah.
But Ed does make that really cool, like that cute whenever you show a furry animal to him.
He does.
He does. Ed hits octaves I didn't know existed.
Oh, I know. It's cute. It's yeah.
He's a big old softie when it comes to cute things.
He is. We got lots of time for Ed.
Yeah, so those of you that haven't checked out Rocket Review, honestly do check it out. It's a really fun time. Fantastic chemistry between Ed and Erica, and
good content. Like they do know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I suspect there's something. I think there's something going on between Ed and Erica, just on the down low.
Maybe. I mean,
I think there is something. Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, thanks everybody. We really appreciate you hanging out with us, and
Make sure you hit the little bell button underneath us.
Yeah, because we're gonna be back in an hour, and I think tonight might get a little weird.
Yeah,
but you won't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe it will. Who knows?
I could just literally just post the camera at the fish tank and then fuck off.
I'd be down.
You could.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
All right, folks.
All right. Cheers, everyone. We'll see you next Thursday night. And we'll see you in an hour.
It's already getting weird. Vito is already losing his mind.
I'm already drunk, guys. Cheers.
Also, just before we go, Vito, you have to make sure that Brad hits end stream.
I could do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to end the stream and see you guys in an hour.
Ciao for now.